Unity of the Huachucas presents Reverend Donna Smith. Who is my mother?
So I would like to, again, ask Reverend Donna Smith to come on up and give the message this morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
We've been talking about this all morning, Lori and I, about being a mom and what it means and missing our kids and all of that good stuff. And I know there's moms out there who don't even know they're a mom. You know, the cool thing is we get to mother a lot more people than we birth. We get to hold that space. Because the truth is, we're always looked to for advice. We're always looked to for help. We're always being sought after to say, I don't know what to do, can you help me? And that's what we do as women. Even though we don't have biological kids, even though we don't, I had a lot of soldiers, thousands of soldiers, and I still hear from them. I need your advice, I need your help, what do I do, what's my next move? And I love it when each of us have touched someone's life that they come back and say, you really did help me as a teacher, as a minister, as whatever your job was. You know, nurses, doctors, it doesn't matter. What matters is standing in that truth of who we are, whether we have children or not. It's standing in the truth of wanting to help others, being caregivers. We're just natural caregivers. We look out for each other. Did anybody have a neighborhood mom? I did. Mrs. Henderson. Oh, you know, she'd break up the fights. She'd look out for us. She was my best friend's mom. And we would play on the streets back in those days and play all kinds of games and throw rocks at each other, and then we get in trouble for that. And then one day her kids and I decided, I lived up on a hill and there was a canyon, and we walked up to the other side of the hill. She'd been looking for us all day. We were up on the hill having a blast, eating lunch, having a good time, and she was yelling at us to come back. We're like, okay, we'll come back. Walked down the hill. We had no idea what the dangers were. We had no idea. We're just kids having a great time, thinking it was a fun thing to do. But oh, she sat us down and talked to us about the dangers. You know, there's rattlesnakes. Oh, we didn't see any. She goes, I know you didn't see them, but do you know? And that's what we do, is give each other advice and say, do you know that you are the best that you can be? Do you know that you have a gift? Do you know who you really are? And they help us bring out the best in ourselves, even when our own mothers don't do that. And some of us have had that experience. So we had other people in our lives to help us find our way and help us walk this walk and help us get through this journey. And that's the people we get to honor today, not just our moms, but those people who walk this journey with us and help us see the best in ourselves and help us make those good decisions. I was 19 when I went to Korea, and I met some incredible ladies who sat me down and said, if you want to make the Army your career, this is what you need to do. I had no idea what I was doing. I was 19. I'd been in the Army a little over a year. But these ladies took the time to say, this is what you need to be successful. This is who you need to be successful. This is how you need to present yourself. Even when you're feeling pain and anger and all that stuff, you don't let those guys know. You bring your best face forward. And that's what our moms teach us. We go to school, we're feeling icky, but we bring our best face forward. Because then we start feeling it inside. I am the best. Know that I'm the best. I can feel that. And so when we have teachers that mentor us and say you're the best, and say you can do anything, and say you can succeed at anything, we start believing them. because we start believing in ourselves. And that's what they're trying to teach us, is to believe in who we are, to love ourselves just as we are. And that's what Spirit teaches us. We don't have to be perfect. We don't have to be anything but the best of what we can be. And that's what being a mom's all about. Or a sister, or a cousin, or whatever. Just being present with each other, just loving each other just as we are. We're all not going to be Twiggies, we're all not going to be actors, but we have gifts. We all have gifts. And we all bring those gifts to the table, and they are amazing. And when we have someone saying, you have an amazing gift, you can sing, you can dance, you can do whatever it is, then we start believing it in ourselves and going forward and saying, I've got this gift. I can bring it forward. I can talk someone down off the edge. I can love someone because nobody else loves them. I can bring me to the table, and that's enough. When we realize that we're more than enough just as we are, that's it. You don't have to be someone else. You can't. You're who you are in this place. And the truth is, that's more than enough, and it's more than worthy, and it's more than deserving, and it's more than enough. So do that. Bring your best to the table. That's all we ask. And when we aren't feeling the best, we get to help one another feel the best. We get to reach out and say, you're going to be okay. You're going to be fine. And here's why. Because we're going to get through this together. This is just a speed bump. This is just a small challenge, big challenge. But you know what? On the other side, we're going to learn a lesson. We don't even know what the lesson is yet. And that's what I love, is that we teach each other how to get through the challenges. We teach each other that no matter what, you're sick, I'll bring you soup. You need a ride to the hospital, I'll take you. You need this, I will help you. And when we know we have those people in our lives that we can depend on, sisters, cousins, whatever, it makes our lives so much better. So reach out, help one another, be the mom that they've never had, be the sister they've never had, be the person that they've never had. And that's what matters. I was watching CBS Saturday morning, and it's about this girls' school in New Orleans. It's called St. Mary's. The moment these young girls walk in the door, they're told, you are the best. You have a gift. You can do whatever you want to do. You can achieve whatever you want to achieve. These girls are bathed in positivity. It's not just from the nuns, it's from all the teachers, all the administrators. They're never, ever dumped on. And they don't allow the girls to dump on each other. No social media dumping, no any of that dumping, none of that. And these two young ladies that they were featuring said, all we've ever been taught is do our best, whatever that looks like. We all have gifts. They're all different. They're all special. Every one of us are special. Every one of those young ladies support one another. There's none of this talking bad about each other. They're like, you're having a bad day. How can I help you? You're not doing this very well. How can I help you? How can I help you? These young ladies, as a school, are taught to support one another the very best they can. You don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the brightest. You don't have to have the most talents. But whatever you have, they're going to make it better. So they asked on a math question how to solve the polytheorem theory. It's a theory that's 2,000 years old. And these two young ladies who did not really know, they knew each other, but were not in class together, took a trigonometry equation, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and they figured out this 2,000-year-old theory. Two girls, different ways of looking at it. One took different triangles and figured it out. The other one used a circle and put the triangle in the circle, and they both figured it out. And they both came up with answers. And no teacher ever thought they would have an answer. But they never said to these two young ladies, "You're not going to do this." All they kept doing was encouraging them and encouraging them. And 30 plus papers later, tearing up, going through, these two young ladies came up with two answers using trigonometry, because they knew they had it in them. They knew they had the talent. They knew they were going to try and be supported. And they figured it out on their own, because people kept telling them, "You're the best. You've got this. You could do this." And they got featured. Every girl in this school that graduates goes to college on a scholarship, because they're constantly flowing with positivity. That is such a perfect example of how we need to live. There's enough negativity out in the world. We don't need to dump on each other. We just need to know for each other that we're the best. You can do it. Love everybody through that. I just went through a really icky time, and Gloria and I just walked through it together. We didn't care what the outside said. We're going to do this. And this is how we mother ourselves through everything. Our moms may not be the same name. Our moms may be a 5th grade teacher. Our moms may be somebody else. I had a godmother that helped me get through my spiritual life, because my parents were not there. But they kept asking me if I had found Jesus, and I said I didn't know Jesus was lost. Is there an Amber Alert? No. And then when I became a Science of Mind minister, they were really confused. I don't know. But she never stopped loving me till the end. She never said, "I don't like this." She says, "I'm so grateful that you found your path." When I went in the Army, they didn't understand, but they understood. When you have that kind of support, and then you take it and you pay it forward, that's what we get to do. We have to pay it forward. There's so much stuff going on right now. It's craziness. So we have to help each other through all the ickiness and all this stuff. That's what the truth is. That's what the harmony is. And the more we bring that forward, the less that's out there. Because we're like, no, that's not happening here. We're not accepting that. We're not buying into that. That's not what our lives are going to be like. Because the truth is, we get to choose. Change begins with us. Peace begins with us. Love begins with us. Compassion, passion. All those spiritual principles begin right here. And so we get to mother ourselves through all of this stuff and help each other. I was so impressed with this school. I mean, I wanted to go there. But these young ladies, they were all smiling and happy. That's how school needs to be. That's how our kids need to live, in that kind of environment. Not the stuff they're dealing with right now. It is horrific. Kids going to school and shooting it up because they're mad about a math test or whatever. Not popular, whatever that is. Because they're not being taught they're perfect just as they are. We have to turn this around. We have to turn it around. We have to turn this world around by being the best we can, mothering everyone, and being a good brother, and just loving each other, and saying, I don't care what's out there. This is what's happening right here. That's what we have to do as human beings, as spiritual beings, as people that we are making choices on how we show up. We get to choose. It's not being chosen for us. I can't choose the dress for you. I can't choose your life for you. But I can walk with you and help you have a better life. I can't make your life better, but I can help you see how to make your life better. And then you get to choose. It's all about choice. It really is. Who do you want to be, and go for it. I have never told any of my nieces and nephews they are not good enough. I've always told them, you are the very best at whatever you do. And they're like, well, I'm only up. I can't do that. So go and be and do. And that's what we need to teach our children, to be the very best at the level that they are at. They don't have to be at my level. They have to be the best at their level, whatever that looks like. And that's what we support, right where they are. Support one another right where you're at, because that's what matters. Because love is all that matters. Truth is, you're perfect just as you are. You read it in every one of our Bibles. Every one of our teachings is all about love right where you are. I can't do the outside. I can only do the inside. The outside will take care of itself. Because people will be called to you that need to be called to you. People will be brought to you that need to be brought to you. People will come to you because they see what you have and they want more of it. And that's what we have to get out into the world. It's more of who we are. Love everyone right where they're at. Love them completely, no matter what's going on. I had to love this scammer. I had to forgive him, and I just went on with my life. My life is fine. Everything's done. It's fixed. No harm, no foul. Just a lot of nervous energy in the meantime. But I had someone to support me through this whole thing, and that made the biggest difference. Support one another. Love one another. That's the key. That's what we're being taught. And everything that we read is to love one another through all this stuff. Not just this stuff or the little stuff, the big stuff too. And the moms in us are coming out and helping other people who don't have moms. Or whatever their life was like. So we get to be that shining light. We are the radiant light of God everywhere we go. So keep that base and keep that thought and know the truth is you're perfect just as you are. So as you walk through your week this week, just know that you are doing very best, and that is more than enough. You are the best at what you do, and that is more than enough. And the truth is, we love each and every one of you just as you are. So I challenge you just to be your very best this week. Love yourself through all the stuff that's going on. Because it's not over. It's never over. We always have chaos. It's just how we take it upon ourselves to look at it. It's my prayer list. Here it is. Just watch the news. You'll have a prayer list from, and that's the truth. Oh, all these people need to be prayed for. Okay, got it. That's how you get to mother them. You get to know the truth for them. You get to love them through whatever they're going through, knowing that that's what's going to change the world. Not social media. We, individuals, spiritual beings, are going to change this world. So happy Mother's Day. Thank you for having me today. I love being here. Thank you.